Hello and a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to give you my opinion on the worst 5 places to buy property in Spain for the year 2025. Now, there is no doubt that property prices in Spain have been on the rise. So wherever you look in Spain for real estate, it's no longer the bargain it once was. But in these 5 places I'm going to talk about, I really do think property is not only very expensive, but also bad value for money, and in some instances, very bad value for money. Now, before I begin, please let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the comments below, and also give me your reasons for agreeing or disagreeing. Anyway, here are the worst 5 places to buy property in Spain for the year 2025. And coming in at number 5 is Barcelona. Now, without doubt, Barcelona is a beautiful city. There is really so much to see and do in this beautiful city. It has a population of 1.6 million and is the capital and largest city of the autonomous community of Catalonia. However, when it comes to real estate, it's not good value for money. Average real estate prices are over 5,000 euros per square meter, which for Spain is expensive, in particular considering average salaries after tax in Barcelona are less than 2,000 euros per month. So there is definitely an affordability issue. And community fees and taxes are also quite high in Barcelona. Community fees are typically between 1,700 and 2,000 euros per year, and property taxes on average are about 0.75%. Barcelona, unfortunately, is also a crime ridden city and has been dubbed as the pickpocket capital of the world. And tourists also really do not seem to be welcome here anymore. Tourists go home was a chant used by protesters in Barcelona during a series of demonstrations against mass tourism. And Barcelona is also at war with the Airbnb market. Plans are in place to shut all short term rentals by the year 2028. So if you decide to rent out your property long term, yields are also not very good either. You'll be lucky to get 4% gross yields. And this is before taxes, which are very high if you're coming from a non EU country. And put as well into that the community fees, taxes, and the net yields are going to be very, very, very low. Coming in at number 4 is San Sebastian. Now, San Sebastian is a resort town on the Bay of Biscay in Spain's mountainous Basque Country. It has a population of just under 190,000. It is known for its beautiful beaches, picturesque bayfront promenade, really excellent restaurants, upscale shops, and it also has great jazz and film festivals. And the city has 4 universities as well as a top division football team called Real Sociedad that have won the Liga on 2 occasions in the early 1980s. San Sebastian also has a basketball team and an ice hockey team, as well as hosting rugby union matches. Now, no doubt this city is rich in history and the old town is lovely, full of life with locals meeting each other, eating, drinking, and having generally a great time. Now, unfortunately, property prices here are absolutely insane. On average, they cost nearly 6,500 euros per square meter. Now, I don't think anything can justify these prices. And also, although summers are warm, winters are generally cool here. And for a lot of the year, it can be overcast and at times rain as well. And please bear in mind, property prices in cities like Alicante and Valencia, both lovely cities, the prices are a lot lower than San Sebastian. They're less than half prices. So, really, I don't think you can justify the prices here. And Alicante and Valencia also have major international airports, and in winter are much warmer than San Sebastian. Anyway, coming in at number three is Mallorca. Now, Mallorca is no doubt a wonderful island. It is a great place to go on holiday. Mallorca has nice beach resorts, limestone mountains, and is very, very rich in history with Roman and Moorish remains. And the cathedral in Palma de Mallorca is really a sight to behold. If you do go to Mallorca, this is absolutely unmissable. However, when it comes to buying real estate, that's a different story. If we take the capital, Palma de Mallorca, property prices here cost nearly 7,000 euros per square meter in the old quarter of the city. And in all honesty, it's becoming harder and harder to find property for less than 4,000 euros per square meter. Now, it's not just Palma de Mallorca where property is expensive. Other nice places like Soler are really expensive, over 6,000 euros per square meter on average, and Andrax, where property is edging towards 10,000 euros per square meter, which is incredibly expensive. So it's not just Palma de Mallorca. And even in Manacor, which, with all due respect, is not the best that Mallorca has to offer. Prices are over 3,500 euros per square meter on average, which is more expensive than Alicante, Valencia, and on a par with Malaga. And Malaga is a much nicer city. Add to this the heavy restrictions on short term rentals, and you really start to wonder, why would you buy in Mallorca? That said, I do want to point out that the flight connections in Mallorca are very, very good. So it really is an easy island to get to, even in the winter. But the prices are just far too high. Anyway, the second worst place to buy property in Spain for the year 2025, as you can see, is Ibiza. Ibiza is one of the Balearic islands in the Mediterranean Sea and is mainly known for its nightlife and also its famous clubbing scene. Property prices here are extremely expensive. So, for the island as a whole, we are talking around 8,400 euros per square meter on average. And around the marina of Ibiza town, prices cost around 10,000 euros per square meter. And in San Juan, about the same, staggering prices. Now, in San Antonio, it's a little bit cheaper at around 8,500 to 9,000 euros per square meter on average, but still very expensive. And you will find it difficult here to find property for less than 5,000 euros per square meter. Now, if you want to rent out your property, then long term gross yields are very low. The average is around 3%. Add to these taxes, high maintenance costs, and HOA fees, and you are looking at very low net yields. And there are also very severe restrictions on short term rentals as well. Now, there have also been protests about foreign property buyers, making it impossible for locals to buy. So you're not going to be welcome here either. And if you decide to buy here and live here, you will find the island very expensive, in particular if you go out for a meal, coffee, drink, etc., or indeed, of course, clubbing. Now, transport facilities here are not that great either, especially in the winter. There's no train here, there's no metro or tram, and buses run with fewer frequency in the winter, so not great. And flights also run with less frequency in the winter as well. Now, coming in at number one, and I really don't like this place, the worst place to buy property in Spain, I think, is Marbella. Now, with a population of around 150,000, Marbella on the Costa del Sol is, in my opinion, the most overrated place in Spain and one of the most overrated places on this planet. The beaches are not that great, neither is the Old Town, and Puerto Banús and its harbour are not as nice as many commentators would make you think. Considering all this, I think property prices are really far too expensive, averaging 6 to 6,500 euros per square meter. Now, in Puerto Banús, any decent sized house will cost you over 1 million euros. And another downside is that Marbella does harbour a lot of criminals and has been doing so for many years. And people in Marbella are not particularly friendly either when compared to the rest of Spain. It's also a city that lacks cultural attractions. And the traffic in Marbella can be very heavy in the summer months. Yet in winter, there doesn't seem to be that much going on. Now, for those of you who like Spanish culture, Marbella is definitely not for you. This really does feel not Spanish at all. Very, very un-Spanish. And finally, Marbella does not even have its own airport. So how can you justify those prices? You don't even have your own airport. The nearest airport is over 50 kilometers away in Malaga. And property prices in Malaga are much cheaper than Marbella, as they are much cheaper in cities like Valencia and Alicante. So I honestly think Marbella is the worst place to buy property in Spain for the year 2025. I've been to Marbella on a few occasions. I really, really don't like this place at all. But I would actually love to know your opinions on this. Have I been too harsh on Marbella? Would you have put any other cities in the bottom five, or which do not agree with mine? I would love to know your thoughts. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I shall see you very soon on the next video.